I'll tell you this. Maybe all the Cubs need to do in October is face ski.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Cubs were able to do damage against Paul Skenes in a 4-1 win over the Pirates Tuesday night. With the victory, the Cubs are getting closer to clinching a playoff spot. Later, we have a magic number update as we go around the National League. Add more trivia. That's right, trivia for a second straight episode.
Wow.
Always a good time. Michael Busch put the Cubs in front moments into the game with the solo homer to the top row of the right field stands. It was en route to the Allegheny there. Michael Busch now has 29 home runs. Other scoring plays: Pete RBI single, Haps sacrifice fly. Pete sacrifice fly. Nico Hoerner went 3 for 5 and is now hitting .301. And Cade Horton outpitched Paul Skenes and may have nearly locked up his Rookie of the Year case. We'll talk about that. And a foursome of pitchers: Sam, Pomerantz, Kittredge, Thielbar, and Keller out of the bullpen. Where would you like to start, as it was another straightforward day in Pittsburgh, PA?
Yeah, well, I'd like to start right there because it wasn't another straightforward day in terms of on paper. You were facing the Cy Young of the league. The Pirates were the favorites. This was not a typical the Cubs just beat the Pirates. The Pirates were minus 130 in this affair, and the Cubs kind of just sleptwalked their way through it. And I mean that as a compliment. It was an easy win. And they had a chance to break it open later in the game. They couldn't do it. And, I think it's a good sign that they're able to handle a guy like Skenes, because those are the type of dudes you're going to see if you want to make a deep run. Peralta, King, Mizorowski, if you get real far, Yamamoto, Suarez, Luzardo, Sanchez.
Skubal.
Well, yeah, that would be – if you face Skubal,
go Cubs.
Maybe I'll be there. By the way, I'm going to be – I got to get my dad some playoff tickets. He wants to go to the wild card game.
So you're going to put your name in for that pre-sale?
Hopefully I'm just going to ask some listeners to help me out, and I'll pay them full price. I don't know how to do any of that. We'll see. Anyway, 2 hits for Ballesteros. How about Pete? 90 ribbies.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
Well, I think he's having a really good year. I think he's having a really good year.
Yeah.
He was having a great year. Now he's having a really good year.
Gotcha.
Did you hear that report from McGregor today where she was talking to him and he said he kind of had to get out of the box of like trying to hit homers and do all that stuff? Did you listen to that?
Yeah, I think so. I can't keep track of all the reports anymore, and talking to Chris Happ, and there's a baseball.
Got it. Okay. I found that
sandwiches
interesting.
And eye black.
The only guy that really didn't get on base today was Willie Castro, who.
Oh man, I have a student. Shout out to Jake. He despises Castro.
Well, I've said this.
And for good reason, by the way. The guy does nothing pretty much.
Well, I've said this. This will be now time number 9 on the show.
It's funny. People really don't like this guy.
Well, because I don't understand. When we advocated for getting him, I thought he was supposed to play versus lefties only.
Yeah, it's puzzling.
And he's in the lineup every day versus righties, and he can't hit.
Now, the Cubs' 2 right fielders can't play right now.
Right.
So he's playing by default, and he really is,
He makes Jamer
Candelario. He's the last option, it seems.
He makes Jamer Candelario
no.
look like Jimmy Fox. Remember when Candelario came in, he had a good first couple of weeks or whatever, and then he couldn't hit.
Well, I
for
thought
the
he had a
rest of
good first couple of series.
Yeah, and then Castro had one good game, his first game.
He made that throw from right field, too.
The only reason he's going to make the roster is that he could just play every position.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess so. I would like to go back to my notepad. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it or not.
2 hits for Swanson.
I think he will. But
Shaw's been struggling for a bit. He got a base hit.
I'd have to look into that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. You mean at the plate?
Yeah, he's been in a funk for quite a while.
He's gotten a little bit cold. Yeah.
Do you want the evidence?
Sure.
In September, he's batting 189.
Yeah. Paul Skenes threw a career high 33 pitches in the first inning.
Yep.
92 pitches total in 3 2/3. He got hit around, but he got hit around hard.
Yep.
During, I think all 7 hits hard hits. I think it might have been 5 of them.
Well, he sure didn't fool Bush.
He did not. He did not. Cubs finished with 14 hits and 5 walks on the night. And is this the night that Cade Horton won the Rookie of the Year over Drake Baldwin and Isaac Collins?
Yes.
Cade Horton finishes 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He outduels the Cy Young Award winner and Cade Horton all but locked up the Rookie of the Year tonight. It's just a joy to watch.
100%. And not only did he lock up the Rookie of the Year, I think he locked up starting game 1 of the postseason series. I think we're pretty much there.
That'll be exciting.
I think I'm there. And
it'll be Horton and King.
And you know what? Let me say this. If it doesn't work out with Horton, let's say he pitches poorly and everyone says, oh, it was too big of a spot for him. Well, it hasn't been too big of a spot for him to be the best guy on the team the last 6 weeks. These are important games that he's pitching in, and he's fine. So, there's this world, we live in this social media world where there has to be a wrong answer. If he goes out there and he doesn't pitch well, maybe it was just he didn't pitch well.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something, and I'm not in that dugout, but I'm pretty good at observing from afar. This kid is showing no signs of having any fear or any nerves whatsoever about the moment.
Yeah, he's all business, all moxie, all presence.
Zero. And as a Cub fan and as a co-host of this program, I have no problem with him going to start the biggest game that we've ever covered. None.
That's amazing. That's really fun. That gets me jacked up. And wonder if they play game 2 starter.
As Herb Brooks would say,
by condition.
This is your time. So go out there and take it.
Yo, you can't be just dropping nuggets like that.
What a great movie, Miracle. I'm not even a hockey guy.
Matthew Boyd and Johan Oviedo on Wednesday, 11:35 a.m. First pitch. Sorry. Boyd, last 5 starts. I have to give you the stats. 28 2/3, 30 hits, 19 runs.
Who's this?
9 walks, 20 strikeouts. That's Boyd, Matthew.
Yeah, you were on this.
5.97 ERAs last 5 starts.
You were on this early. I wasn't, and I was wrong.
Cubs are currently minus 154 favorites on FanDuel. Over-under run total is 8 as the Cubs go for the sweep. And if they win tomorrow, regardless of all the other teams, they clinch a playoff spot. We have details on that right after this. Today's episode is brought to you by our great partner at Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app. We're making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. It's quick, easy, and it's going to be your favorite way to follow along with football. More or less passing yards for Josh Allen, more or less rushing touchdowns for Saquon Barkley, and so on. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code Locked On MLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Locked On MLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Shout out to the everydayers, and you can become an everydayer by joining us for every episode throughout the week. Well, if the Cubs complete the sweep on Wednesday, then they clinch a playoff spot. If they don't, they can still clinch a spot. Basically, they need each of the Reds, Diamondbacks, and Giants to lose once. That's combined actually as we're recording and Wednesday. So Sam, maybe you could update a little bit of the scoreboard for us by the time we get out of here. Cubs, Pirates tomorrow. We know that. Reds, Cardinals, and then the Giants and Diamondbacks are playing each other, which is why this has gotten a little muddled since Monday night's win. 1 point, the magic number was 3. Then it went to 2. Now it's 1, and we'll see. They could clinch on Wednesday, which would be amazing, Sam, and it would be really we're going to need to celebrate that tomorrow appropriately.
This first of all, yes. Secondly, this Diamondbacks thing with the Giants is, Yeah,
I meant to play back your reaction to that from last episode. I broke the news to you, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And they are now a game over playing the Giants. The only thing that they got going against them is that the Mets look like they've righted the ship a little bit as they're blowing out the Padres here. But quite an interesting finish there these last week or two. I suspect the Mets find a way to get it done. I think playoff teams are going to be, the division winners, Cubs, San Diego, New York. But, it's great. And as far as the Cubs go, hopefully my dad believes they're going to make the playoffs now.
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
Yeah, well, you never know.
They're going to clinch on Wednesday.
I think it's going to be a special moment for us. It really is. Okay. I don't think that's crazy. It's not the moment we were hoping for in terms of the division. But look, I don't think I'm out of line when I say this. Doing this show is fun no matter what. It's especially fun when you're covering a team that's going to the postseason. It just is. It's a special thing. And, you do it every day, right? 5 days a week we're doing this. And so you feel
basically the whole year.
Yeah. And you feel a part of it. You feel really connected to it. Like, I feel like, especially with the way my social life is now, I feel closer to Nico Hoerner than I do some of my friends. So, and him and I have never spoken. So I just want to make that clear, But it's a cool feeling. I never wavered. I thought we'd make it. Even when it got real low, I wanted the division. I've accepted that now for about a month that's off the table. And, postseason seasons do not come, especially for the Cubs, regularly. You got 98. I was, 4. 2003. That's 5 years in between. 07, 4 years in between. Then you had 08. Then you waited all the way again to 15. And now we've had to wait a few more years. So playing postseason baseball, take advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I don't think my excitement has wavered. I think the Brewers thing did escalate quick. And they basically, by virtue of going 33-0 at one point, combined with their 3 or 4 streaks. But the playoff, the first wild card, they've basically had this whole time since they've gotten knocked into that pool of teams. They've been in a playoff spot literally since the 10th game of the year. And they have ingredients here that could produce a run. And I'm going to continue to enjoy the process on a day-by-day basis. I would like to get the first wild card spot wrapped up sooner than later. I think that last Sunday of the year, game 162, maybe even game 161, could be used as spring training games if they want. And
Tucker might need it.
Well, yeah, I think he would play those. at this rate. I really hope to see he should lead off like the rest of the year once he comes back, so he can get the most plate appearances. Don't you think? I mean, that's not even a joke.
Yeah, they won't do that.
Well, he'll bat second then.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just a fantastic time. I really want to soak this in. I want to celebrate it. And I really think that as you look back on the season, yes, since basically the return from the All-Star break, they've won one, they've lost one. They've won one, they lost one. But now since late August, I believe they're 11-6, right? Since the 29th of August, that Rockies opener. And so maybe we can backdate that into the postseason where, they won, 15 out of whatever it ends up being, or 16 or 17 out of this.
They're doing exactly what we talked about in boxing with the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. They lost their big match to Frazier, and now they're kind of winning here, doing what they need. Okay, you split with Ken Norton. That's fine. Okay, you beat Floyd Patterson a third time. Okay, great. You got this. Okay, then you finally get a chance to beat Frazier that second time, and all roads lead to George Foreman, 1974. But in this case, it will be the Milwaukee Brewers in the NLDS, and you will get your shot to rewrite history.
Yeah, so we will have coverage of every playoff game.
I tried to think of something with like Canelo and Terrence Crawford. It didn't work. What a performance!
Are always pristine.
What a performance by Crawford. Hey, before we move forward,
also Cubs 5 games up on the Padres now.
How into the Nico Hoerner batting title thing are you? Because I'm pretty into that. I think he deserves that, and he's got a real shot.
Trey Turner to come back to help the odds.
Or he could just hit 306.
Well, that'd be quite a ride.
He's hitting here. I have it right in front of me. Over his last 30, he's hitting 342.
No, it's a major storyline that we need to be the leaders of.
He might win the batting title.
Absolutely. He's 5 points away.
And they go to Cincinnati. That's a good place to hit.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of Cincinnati, so Diamondbacks, Giants, and Reds are all right behind the Mets. Brewers, Phillies, Dodgers, all division leaders. Cubs play the Reds, Mets, Cardinals to finish the year. So that's interesting. Sam, the biggest thing for me with the Cubs right now, they're not going to be entering this series with the Padres tired.
No.
It's not like they're going to be grasping at straws. In fact, it's the opposite. There are concerns that a couple guys, one in particular, might not have enough time to ramp up and be ready for postseason action. I do think we need to keep a close eye on Boyd and Imanaga. And then load management, especially with Keller, Thielbar, and Kittredge. But otherwise, they're in a great spot.
One more thing to keep an eye on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The weather.
You mean the regular season games?
No, leading up to this Padres series.
Oh,
this has been a very warm 70s September. I don't want that. I want cold temps for that series against San Diego. Number one, they don't play in them very often. 50
Padres,
degrees, 40 degrees, wind howling in. So it helps our pitchers, and we know how to score just enough runs. That's what I want. I don't want 75 degrees. I don't want that.
It'd be nice if it was Cubs-Padres, the conditions we saw Cubs-Padres in April.
Absolutely, and the Cubs should have swept that series. They won the first two.
We had literally gloves and hat on. Okay. All right, Cubs go for the sweep over the Pirates on Wednesday, and they could clinch a playoff spot if they do it. There's other scenarios as well, but that would be the most optimal, I think. Coming up next,
more trivia.
Home run related trivia. Please stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. You can identify that you aren't saving as much as you thought, like I identified, because all I do is spend money on food delivery services instead of driving the 7 minutes to go get the food. That stuff starts to add up. Maximizing investments, increasing your savings rate, easily reviewing finances with your partner and or advisor, keeping a clear review of your financial health week to week. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. The energy, the crowd, the chance to see your team in person. But actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise fees, it takes all the fun out of it. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to fans. Game Time is fast, easy, and backed by the Game Time guarantee. You always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. I've used Game Time for every Cub game that I've been to. It's the best. You get tickets right away. You could literally wait up to first pitch. The prices go down. Fees are included. Know your total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDOMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today.
Make sure you're subscribed to Locked On Cubs. That way you don't miss any of the great Cubs content we've got for you. That includes the Cubs postcast with Joe George live after the final out of every game. All right, Sam, as you know, the Cubs have 6 players with 20-plus home runs. Would you like to name them, or would you like me to do it?
Let's save the trivia for the trivia.
Bush, Pete, Seiya, Happ, Swanson, and Tucker. Carson Kelly has 17. He can give the Cubs 7 guys with the 20-plus. Can you name the 2 other teams that have at least 5 players with 20 homers right now? There's only 2 teams that have it.
Oh, in baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you really just come at me at all angles.
This is a present day trivia.
Got it. Okay, sure. Let me just get my mind all the clubs. The New York Yankees.
That's correct.
I'd like to name them.
They have 7 players with 20 plus. Go ahead.
I'm going to guess Aaron Judge is on there.
Yeah. Great delivery.
Thank you.
No, we're not talking about a pizza.
Former Cub Cody Bellinger's on there.
Yeah. 5 to go.
Is Chisholm on there?
Yeah, he's got 31.
He's 31 homers?
Or no, I've said high 20s right now. Someone else is 31 that you'd be shocked.
Ben Rice.
Ben Rice is on there.
Trent Grisham.
Yeah, he's got 31.
Did I say Stanton yet?
No. So now you have only one more. Went through it pretty quick too.
Oh, I know my Yankees. Rice, Wells.
Correct. Nice job. Yankees have a chance to make some history.
That's no joke, folks.
Because only one team has had 8 players with 20 plus, and Anthony Volpe has 19 homers.
Does he really? What does he have, about 34 errors?
I don't know. I don't watch enough Yankees baseball.
All right, the other team.
What's the other team? Yeah, this other team has, so the Cubs have 6, the Yankees have 7 guys with 20 plus. This team has 5.
Dodgers.
Okay, so the Dodgers have 4, but they're really poised to add to that because Betts has 19, Muncy has 18, and Smith has 17.
So I'm wrong. That's the long way of saying I'm wrong.
Well, yes, so far.
Who's having a good season that hits a lot of homers?
Yeah.
Ooh, I really thought it was the Dodgers.
Well, you're on the right coast.
Okay. Well, it's not. It can't be the Angels. Giants.
Well,
no.
Angels have 4 players with 20 plus.
Oh, the Padres.
No.
Giants, Padres, the Athletics.
Nick Kurt, Shea Langoliers,
easy.
Rooker.
What's the whole point?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it is the A's.
I mean, this is insanity.
Who are the 5 players on the A's?
Well, you just said 4 of them.
Did I really? I'll have to play the tape back.
All right. You said Kurtz. That's my cousin's favorite player.
Yeah.
Langoliers, you said.
Right.
Rooker, you said. So that leaves me with 2. Butler?
Yeah. Oh, man.
And Tyler Soderstrom.
That's correct.
Should have got that.
No, he's got a good 1 through 5, man.
They're going to be a playoff team next year. Mark my words.
Wow.
I actually bet they're over this year. I think it was like 70.5. I don't know if they're going to get it.
And would you be interested in naming the 3 teams who have 0 players with 20 plus homers right now?
Wow. Pittsburgh?
Yep. O'Neal Cruz has 19.
Colorado?
No.
Yeah.
Hunter Goodman's having a great year.
Yeah, terrible guess. Awful. Should be disqualified for that.
All right. Well, this is Locked On.
Yelich has got it for Milwaukee. Does anyone on St. Louis have it?
Yeah, 1 person.
Okay. Feeling like an AL centrally.
AL East and NL Central.
Nobody on the Reds?
Ellie De La Cruz hasn't homered since July 31. He has 19.
And you said AL Central, Baltimore.
That's correct. Jackson Holiday just has 17 dingers.
I'll tell you, you want to talk about most disappointing teams in baseball. Atlanta obviously takes the cake, but Baltimore, I mean, they got to reevaluate everything.
This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day for your second listen. Check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night, every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game
question
Night.
And answers it.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I started doing first and last name of A's.
I mean, that was,
on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll be back after Cubs Pirates on Wednesday. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
Shout out to Matt Cozy and Sam Olber, hosts of my favorite podcast, Locked On Cubs.